Enter at your own peril and pass the bolted doors where impossible things may happen that the world's never seen before. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome to my review of One Piece chapter 1044, which will forever be known as the chapter that broke the internet. We got Trix the Anime Hater in here saying, yo, how's it going, Trix? Good to see you. Oh, man. Guys, this chapter, absolutely amazing. Like, over the top. This is this like this ain't the end, but like, you know how Oda been putting out bangers? Like, this is the banger of all bangers. So I'm not gonna hype it up anymore. I'm just gonna get right into it. As you can see, I am wearing my straw hat since this is a very special occasion. But let's get right into it here. So, One Piece chapter 1044 titled Warrior of Liberation. I'm good. Hope you're legendary. Oh, well, thank you, Trix. I am doing well. One Piece chapter 1044, the Warrior of Liberation. So we start off with the side story of Germa 66's cold-blooded voyage. So we have Niji and Yonji. They're still stuck to the book, and it's called Mama's Out at Sea. Let's start our research. It looks like all of the Big Mom pirates are about to start doing some weird surgery on the Germa 66 boys. So who knows how they get out of that? That girl with that little girl in the foreground with the bunny and the knife is really creepy. Anyways, side story aside, which really it is aside today, we start off looking at Zunisha. And really we start off by hearing a heartbeat, a bump, a resounding pulse. Zunisha, a voice says, "What's happening? How can I still stand?" This is now Luffy talking as he is getting up. He says, and then we hear a little musical score that sounds very familiar. That goes doom da da da. And that is the it's pretty much the theme song of Joy Boy. So Luffy's there and he's like, I just lost, but I feel like I'm having a blast. And he starts laughing as the theme song keeps going and resounding doom da da da. And Momonosuke is shocked. He says, Luffy is Joy Boy? And Yamato says, Zunisha said that? And then we go all around throughout all of Onigashima, and everybody can feel Luffy's presence again, like immediately feel it, and it's powerful. Like Underlings are getting straight up knocked out. Like, Luffy awakens and he is constantly exuding Conqueror's Haki. That's why everybody can feel him. He is constantly generating Conqueror's Haki, which is pretty much a Super Saiyan state if we're really talking, to be able to constantly emit a Conqueror's Haki. Like, that is, Luffy has reached Shanks level. Like he is for sure, no doubt about it, in the Yonko Emperors of the Sea level right now. So Nami and Otama are there. They're really happy. Luffy's still alive. That's when we cut to Marie-Joie. And probably the biggest news in One Piece history, in all 1044 chapters, however many anime episodes, since what was it, like well, the anime came out in what, like 2000, something like that. Like, this is the biggest news in One Piece history. We cut to the five elders, and they're talking, and they say, "We sacrificed one of our best agents to enrage Kaido. Are we sure our priorities are straight?" Another one says, "This may be better than the alternative. It's imperative that we snuff out something this problematic." A third one says, "No matter the era, the world government has always failed to acquire the Gomu Gomu fruit, even after 800 years of trying. It's almost as if the fruit itself is evading us." Well, that's not impossible. All Zoan fruits have a will of their own, and this one carries the name of a god. After all, the Gomu Gomu fruit is really a mythical Zoan. It's the human fruit, model Nika. It is a fruit that turns you into sun god Nika. So from the beginning, everything that we thought about the Gomu Gomu Ni, or the Gomu Gomu Mi fruit, has been wrong. Like, it's so actually, what is really amazing that hit me at this point was, like, Chopper's the precursor. Like the smallest, the least known version of what is it, the Straw Hat Pirates. Chopper has the same, like, type of devil fruit as Luffy, and it's actually extremely funny because in one of my recent videos where I did the tier list, I actually made fun of Chopper for his fruit turning him into a human. And it turns out he was the precursor to the reveal of Luffy's own fruit. And it's crazy. It's unthinkable. So, like, yeah, all the way back in the Drum Kingdom, Little Chopper was like the foreshadowing for all of this, or Chopper's fruit was the foreshadowing for all of this. And then we get a shot of Sun God Nika with the theme song, doom da da da. And he continues, its user's body gains the properties of rubber. In combat, they're supposedly only limited by their imagination, putting smiles on faces far and wide. They are the embodiment of the warrior of liberation, Sun God Nika. Awakening exponentially strengthens their rubbery body, and they have even more freedom. It is allegedly the most ridiculous power in the world. So, and I'm going to get into this a little bit after. I'm going to get into the ramifications of this a little bit after we keep going a bit. But pretty much he's just saying it is the least sensical power in the entire world. Here we clip over to the story that's happening between Orochi and Kaido's daughter Hiyori, who is hiding behind the mask. And right here we are like Orochi's begging for his life at this point. He's like, I don't want to die. And he's just lying through his teeth every chance he gets. And Hiyori's like, you never respected my father. He went in on his side of the bargain, and you never came back with your side of the bargain. You never held true to your word. And she was like, he danced like a fool for 5 long years because he thought you and Kaido would honor the secret agreement you made and free Wano. He never even told his own family why he did that. He said, my father was a man who kept his word. He still expected the same of you when you agreed to let them go if he withstood being boiled for an entire hour. But he always smiled. So anyways, this is going on, and all of a sudden, Kanjuro, who was the little ghost thing that he was the little ghost fire thing that Big Mom had like sent down or something like that. He's looking for Orochi, and he says, I have failed, because remember, as Big Mom's falling, I think she like sucks a lot of the soul out of this, and so like all that's left is this little fiery blob, and it touches Orochi and immediately roasts him, like fries him to a complete crisp. So yeah, Orochi's pretty much dead. Hiyori's standing there watching him burn, and yeah, then we cut back to the top of Onigashima. Doom da da da. And Luffy's like, I feel like anything's possible now. I can keep fighting a bit longer. My heartbeat sounds funny. This is my peak. This is Gear 5th. So there's huge crackle through the ceiling here. And like I said, smaller like enemies and stuff are straight up like getting knocked out. Like Luffy is exuding super strong conqueror's haki right here. And Kaido's like, the hell is this on the roof? And all of a sudden a giant hand comes through the roof, like the one you saw when Luffy was fighting Rob Lucci, grabs Kaido, pulls him back up, and Luffy just is like underhand grappling this gigantic dragon, swinging him around like he's going straight Popeye on this dude, like dude just ate some spinach or something. Slamming him around and everything. And then Kaido's just like, dude, I'm so glad you're alive. Like, I did not want our fight to end that way, and I'm happy. And he unleashed a blast breath, and I love this. Luffy's eyes and tongue come out of his face like the wolf in what is it? The Mask. And he's just like laying back and laughing, and then his eyes and tongue come out of his face, and he grabs the ground, lifts it up, and the ground itself bounces Kaido's attack back at him, and it explodes Kaido, and we just see Luffy sitting there laughing his ass off. And the end of the chapter is kind of just being like, good. It's good you're back. I didn't want to win like that. And Luffy's like, don't sweat it. Like, now let's finish this. Like, he's still having fun. And okay. So here's where I want to bring in the ramifications of it. So let's go back a little bit. Back to where that Five Elder God is describing the ability. Its user's body gains the properties of rubber. In combat, they're supposedly only limited by their imagination, putting smiles on faces far and wide. They are the embodiment of the warrior of liberation, Sun God Nika. Awakening exponentially strengthens the rubbery body, and they have even more freedom. It is allegedly the most ridiculous power in the world. And so what Oda had to do here was he had to describe Luffy's real devil fruit while also giving the audience what they wanted. What the audience wanted was they wanted Luffy to be Joy Boy, to be Sun God Nika. And that's what we were given. But really it's bigger names for a simpler concept. Luffy's ability has never been that his body was made out of rubber. Luffy's ability was that he is a living cartoon. He has Toon Force. He can get hit by extremely large blunt objects. He can get shot. He can get stabbed. He can get burned. And still he comes back every single time because he is a cartoon. Luffy's devil fruit is that he is a cartoon. So yeah. Going back down, the end fight here, like Luffy straight up turns into Popeye. Like he was having difficulty fighting Kaido before this, and now he's straight up bodying Kaido. He grabs Kaido in his dragon form, swings him around like a lasso, like an entire whip, and he's just completely bodying Kaido. And the part where his eyes and tongue came out when he sees the blast breath is when it hit me, is that, yeah, Luffy's devil fruit is that he is a cartoon. He's a 1920s rubber hose cartoon. It's gonna sound weird to say, but Monkey D. Luffy is Cuphead. Monkey D. Luffy is Cuphead. Yeah, I never thought those words would come out of my mouth, but Monkey D. Luffy is Cuphead. So yeah, he's a cartoon, and apparently, according to this, like, his abilities just got so much more crazy. Like, that's solid ground right there, and he picks it up like it's nothing. And based on the panel that we're seeing here, when he grabs that ground, anything he touches in Gear 5th becomes rubber. And he can it becomes rubber, and he can move it and edit it to his will. So he can make not only his body now, but anything into rubber. And because when the blast breath hits, we get a boing sound effect off of it. And that is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. This chapter blew my mind. It is literally the chapter that all of One Piece has been leading up to this point. Yeah. Let's see what the chat says. Trick says he may be on their level when it comes to Conqueror's Haki. For sure. He's definitely on their level. Orochi's still alive. Well, not anymore, but yeah. Smiles in this chapter is immense. Oh, for sure. Like that last panel, Luffy, he's just delirious. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say. The important thing about the last panel is that Luffy says, "Don't sweat it. Let's finish this." And that's very important because a lot of people didn't want to see Luffy be possessed by Sun God Nika. They they uh and showing that he still remembers the fight that he's in shows that he's not possessed. This is still the Luffy we know and love, especially when he calls out, "This is Gear 5th." Um this is still the Luffy we know and love. He's unleashed. He is everything Luffy turned up to 20. He is, you could call this ultimate Luffy. It's all the silliness, all the humor, all the everything. It is everything Oda wanted to make Luffy, and now he finally can, and he finally can show it to the world, and it's amazing, and it makes me cry. It's all that Luffy was ever supposed to be, was a smiley, jokey rubber guy, and I flippin' love it. You know what? No, we're taking our one. I fucking love it. Um, well, being rubber and adding his will to it, damn, for sure. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, honestly, Oda manages to blow my mind every time because you're reading and you're reading the comments, you're watching the videos of what people think, and and um then Oda does something completely unexpected, something that nobody ever saw coming. It's almost like he looks at the theories and then completely rewrites the story to be something totally different. Because like everybody's theories were like, maybe his body is made out of resin, maybe it's a logia and he's all forms of rubber. Maybe he's turning into the Monkey King. Um, and maybe he's possessed by Sun God Nika. And no, Oda was like, nope, none of that. Zero of that. Luffy is a 1920s rubber hose cartoon. Luffy is a cartoon. So, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely confirmed. We have Toon Force in One Piece. And I think past this point, it can be fairly assumed that Luffy cannot die. After Gear 5th is achieved, Luffy cannot die because he is literally a cartoon. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Make sure to check out the other videos on my channel. This week, this Tuesday, I will be coming back with edited videos. So you are gonna get that. So yeah. Luffy is a Popeye character. He literally is, like, Oda literally made Luffy into Popeye. Like no joke. Um but yeah. Take care and stay legendary. Thank you. Um Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to stay legendary.